Something is wrong with luxury, and it might just change the entire industry as we know it. In January 2026, luxury brands were busy celebrating another year of price increases. Chanel raised bag prices by 8%. Louis Vuitton pushed leather goods up by 6%. Dior hiked ready-to-wear by 10%. Business as usual, right? Then something happened that nobody saw coming. Consumers stopped playing along. The BoF-McKinsey State of Fashion 2026 report just dropped. This isn't some random blog post or opinion piece. This is the industry Bible, the document that luxury executives read before making billion-dollar decisions, the data that shapes boardroom strategy at LVMH, Kering, and Richemont. And buried in the data is a conclusion so damning that it's sending shockwaves through every luxury brand on earth. The luxury market is facing a reckoning, not because of economic downturns, not because of shifting consumer trends, but because luxury brands broke the fundamental promise that made people want to buy luxury in the first place. And in this video, we're breaking down every brutal finding from this report. The problems luxury executives are frantically trying to solve right now, the consumer rebellion that's already underway, and what this means if you're thinking about buying luxury in 2026. Let's start with the problem nobody wants to admit, the one that's been hiding in plain sight for years, because luxury didn't just raise prices, they broke the entire value equation. Number one, the price-quality disconnect that destroyed consumer trust. Remember when buying luxury meant getting something objectively better? Better leather, better stitching, better materials, better craftsmanship. That was the deal. You paid more, you got more. That contract is broken. Between 2019 and 2025, luxury brands raised prices by 20% to 70%. Not a typo. 70% in some categories. Let me give you a concrete example that makes this crystal clear. A Chanel Classic flap bag cost around $4,900 in 2019. Today, that same bag costs around $10,400. That's a 112% increase in 6 years. Now pause and think about that for a second. Did craftsmanship improve 112%? Did the leather quality double? Did the stitching become twice as precise? Did Chanel discover some revolutionary new technique that justified more than doubling the price? No. The bags got more expensive. That's it. And consumers noticed. Oh, did they notice? Viral videos emerged showing $3,000 Miu Miu bags falling apart like fast fashion after a few months of wear. Influencers documented luxury purchases lasting months instead of years. TikTok became flooded with complaints about declining quality across Gucci, Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, Prada. This isn't anecdotal. This isn't just haters being loud on the internet. The State of Fashion report is absolutely brutal on this point. Brands raised prices without corresponding improvements in product quality or creativity. That's not consumer perception. That's industry consensus. The people who analyze this market for a living are confirming what buyers have been screaming about for years. But here's where it gets really interesting and really dark. The luxury industry is facing a paradox that makes zero sense on the surface. Operating margins for luxury goods peaked at 23% in 2012. By 2021, they had dropped to 21%. And by 2025, they collapsed to 15% to 16%, the lowest levels since 2009. Wait, what? Let me make sure you understand what this means. Luxury brands raised prices dramatically. They're charging more than ever. Revenue went up. And somehow, profitability collapsed anyway. How is that even possible? Here's what happened. They extracted maximum revenue while simultaneously destroying perceived value. It's like they optimized for short-term gains and completely forgot about long-term brand health. They cut corners on production. They outsourced manufacturing to cheaper facilities. They used lower-quality materials. They simplified construction techniques, all while raising prices and pretending nothing changed. And for a while, it worked. People kept buying because luxury brands had decades of built-up trust and prestige. That brand equity was like a bank account they could draw from, except they didn't just draw from it, they drained it completely. The BoF report reveals that customer complaints about quality have increased by 340% since 2019. 340%. That's not a trend. That's a crisis. And when your margins are collapsing despite raising prices, It means you're spending more on marketing and retail experiences just to maintain the illusion of luxury while the actual product gets worse. That's not sustainable. That's a death spiral. Now here's where things get really interesting. Consumers aren't just complaining, they're actively rebelling. And the report shows something luxury executives are terrified about. Purchase intent among high-net-worth individuals dropped 28% year over year. These aren't broke college kids complaining they can't afford luxury. These are people who can easily afford $10,000 bags, choosing not to buy them. Why? Because they feel disrespected. When you're a customer who's been loyal to a brand for years, maybe decades, and you watch them double prices while quality declines, it feels like betrayal. It feels like the brand thinks you're stupid, like they're testing how much they can get away with before you finally say, enough. And apparently, 2026 is the year people said, enough. The secondhand luxury market exploded. Platforms like The Real Real, Vestiaire Collective, and Rebag saw a 45% increase in listings from people dumping their luxury goods. Not because they need the money, because they're done. Even more telling, the report shows that 62% of luxury buyers are now considering alternative brands, smaller labels, independent designers, brands that prioritize craftsmanship over hype. This is luxury's nightmare scenario. When your customers start questioning whether your product is actually worth it, you've lost. When they start exploring alternatives, the spell is broken. And social media accelerated this awakening. Every quality complaint, every disappointing unboxing, every bag that falls apart gets documented and shared with millions of people instantly. The luxury brands that built their empires on information asymmetry, where only insiders knew about quality and value, can't hide anymore. So what happens now? Because luxury brands can't just ignore this. And the report suggests 3 possible scenarios, and honestly, all of them are painful for the brands. Scenario 1. The price correction. Some brands will be forced to lower prices or freeze them for years while they rebuild quality and trust. That means admitting they overshot. That means lower revenues. That means angry shareholders. Nobody wants to be the first brand to blink, but someone will have to. Scenario 2. The quality renaissance. Brands double down on craftsmanship, bring production back in-house, invest in better materials, and actually justify their prices through superior products. Sounds great, right? Except this tanks margins even further in the short term. And Wall Street hates that. Public luxury brands are stuck between what's right for the brand long-term and what shareholders demand quarterly. Scenario 3. The brand bifurcation. The luxury market splits into 2 tiers. The brands that maintain quality and justify prices become ultra-luxury, while the brands that chased growth and sacrificed quality slide into accessible luxury, which is just a fancy term for expensive but not actually luxurious. My prediction? We're going to see all 3 scenarios play out across different brands. But here's what's guaranteed. The brands that pretend nothing is wrong and keep raising prices while quality stays flat or declines, they're done. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year, but the trust is gone, and you can't buy trust back with marketing. If you're in the market for luxury right now, this report is actually great news for you. You have leverage. For the first time in years, luxury brands need you more than you need them. And don't rush into purchases. Don't fall for the artificial scarcity games. Don't let sales associates pressure you with prices are going up or this is the last one. Take your time, compare quality, ask questions, inspect stitching, check materials, and if something doesn't feel worth the price, walk away. The second-hand market is overflowing with barely used luxury goods from people who realized they overpaid. You can get incredible pieces at 30% to 50% off retail, often in perfect condition. And consider those alternative brands the report mentioned. There are incredible independent leather goods makers, watchmakers, and fashion houses creating products that rival or exceed traditional luxury quality at half the price. The luxury industry spent decades convincing you that you needed their brand name to have quality and status. This report proves that was always a lie, so there you have it. The consumer report that's shocking the luxury industry and exposing truths that brands spent billions trying to hide. Prices skyrocketed, quality declined, consumers noticed, And now the entire industry is scrambling to figure out what comes next. The power dynamic just shifted. For years, luxury brands controlled the narrative. Now, consumers control it. And that changes everything. So here's my question for you. Has your experience with luxury quality changed over the years? Have you noticed the decline? Or do you think this report is overblown? Drop a comment below. I'm genuinely curious whether this matches your personal experience with luxury brands. And if this video opened your eyes to what's really happening in the luxury world, if you feel more informed and less manipulated by brand marketing, smash that subscribe button. Because we're exposing the truth about luxury, wealth, and status that the industry doesn't want you to know. The luxury industry just got exposed, and they have no idea how to fix it. I'll see you in the next one.